Kirby and the Forgotten Land is a masterpiece. Okay, this game rocks. Not only was this game Kirby's first 3D debut in the main series, it's also just one of the best Kirby games out there. This game expands on the Kirby formula, taking the series to new heights, while still keeping the fundamental Kirby game philosophy that Masahiro Sakurai established with the original Kirby titles. The atmosphere of the game stands out the most to a lot of people, and for good reason. Dreamland has always felt like an off-brand Mushroom Kingdom, just, without the mushrooms. The levels and environments in Dreamland are all very basic and generic, but the old dystopian ruins that Kirby and the Forgotten Land are set in feel very unique and weird. It's very refreshing. But even though the world is very dark, and certain places even a little creepy, the game never loses sight of the cheery tone the Kirby games share. Compared to the other Kirby games, the amount of different copy abilities in this game are much lower compared to the previous titles. But let's be honest here, most people would only switch between the same 3 copy abilities, and all the others would go mostly unused. So because of the smaller amount of copy abilities, they were really able to make each one more impactful and useful. This is reflected best in their movesets. In a game like Star Allies, a copy ability like Fighter would have like 20 different moves, but there was very little reason to use the ones outside of your bread and butter combos. But in Forgotten Land, each copy ability has around 2 moves, so they could give different purposes to most of the different copy abilities. If you want an ability whose main attack is enemy chip damage, and a secondary attack that focuses on speed, use Fire. On the other hand, if you want a more slow and methodical playstyle that focuses on using a bunch of little hits to build up to one big hit, use Ice. Each copy ability feels fun and unique to use, so you actually want to switch between them, instead of just randomly being forced to use them to progress sometimes. The fun and interesting combat is especially impactful because even though the Kirby games are classified as platformers, platforming has never really been the focus of the Kirby series. The people who made Kirby and the Forgotten Land knew this, so the game really focuses mainly on the combat and level design to be as polished and as fun as possible. So even though the platforming is really simple, you won't really mind because the world is so fun to explore. And the fact that you can find scrolls to upgrade your abilities really entices you to find all the secrets. This is a no spoilers review, so I won't talk about the story, but just know some of the stuff at the end gets bonkers crazy and reveals some insane lore implications. In the end, even though I love Kirby Superstar, Kirby and the Forgotten Land is the best Kirby has ever been, and I have high hopes for the next time Kirby goes 3D. Once they're done with the next 300 remakes.